and the Nevada City Little League Complex in Nevada City, California. Touchdown Productions, celebrating 10 years of local sports television, is proud to present the 2007 District 11 Area 2 Major Division All-Star Tournament. Tonight, in your championship game of the Area 2 tournament, your undefeated Penn Valley All-Stars get ready to take on the Grass Valley All-Stars. It's the battle of Western Nevada County with the championship on the line, and it's coming up next right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. Only 2 teams remain in the hunt for the Area 2 Major Division Championship, and we have them here for you tonight as the undefeated Penn Valley All-Stars take on the Grass Valley All-Stars, winners of the losing bracket. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Little League Baseball fans, wherever you are across our Foothill network of stations. I'm Gil Dominguez. Later, I'll be joined by Paul Brown. Our director is Maverick King. And of course, the rest of the Touchdown Productions sports team is on hand to wrap up our coverage of the Area 2 Little League All-Star Games, coming to you from Pioneer Park in Nevada City. And what a game we have for you tonight. This Grass Valley team has battled its way all the way back through the losers bracket after a tournament losing first round loss to Sierra Foothills 10-1. Since then, they've beaten Bear River, Nevada City, and Sierra Foothills, all by 1 run to advance to this championship game. And waiting for them here is the undefeated Penn Valley All-Stars and their all-star pitcher, Dusty Zeisler, who has been unstoppable this tournament, but is also unavailable for this game due to the 2-day rest rule that he pitched on Monday when Penn Valley defeated Sierra Foothills 3-1 in the first semifinals. This will be the 4th game for Penn Valley after victories against Bear River, Nevada City, and Sierra Foothills. They're undefeated and winners of the top bracket. And the introductions have been introduced, so let's pause right now for our national anthem. Unlike the last 2 evenings where we had a live performance of the national anthem, this one is canned, but beautiful nonetheless as we celebrate our nation with the national anthem. And as we were saying, Nevada City, Penn Valley is undefeated, the winners of the top bracket. And Grass Valley enters the championship game dirty, as they say, with 1 loss and on the verge of elimination. So we're down to the final 2 teams, but only 1 team can represent Area 2. Will it be Grass Valley able to force an if game tomorrow and derail Penn Valley, or will Penn Valley remain dominant as they have been and go into the area tournament with a clean record? The stage is set for a championship game, and when we return, we'll have the opening pitch. But first, let's go ahead and pause and remind you that we can't bring you these games at all whatsoever without the great help from our sponsors. And of course, we're talking about Hanson Brothers Enterprises, Hanson Brothers Construction has years of experience in the local construction industry and can tackle any size project from paving all of downtown Grass Valley to cutting a driveway for your home. Jeff Hanson and his crews are always ready to assist you from the very beginning to the end. Hanson Brothers Construction, HBE Rentals, and Hanson Brothers Colfax, all proud to be part of Hanson Brothers Enterprises. And Hastings Development Incorporated. Everyone wants affordable homes, and that's why HDI has been doing business since the year 2000. From custom-built, one-of-a-kind homes to community development projects benefiting our entire area, Hastings Development Incorporated is a leader in the local home building industry. Kevin Hastings and Sean Solomon have established HDI as the company you seek to bring your project in on time, where the quality is built in. Hastings Development Incorporated. And by Casey Wood Corporation. Casey Wood Corporation has been serving the needs of the professional contractor ever since 1990. Mark and Kevin Casey, along with Brent Frazier, have established a reputation for doing whatever it takes to keep your job on track, providing the materials you need to keep your men working. They offer construction-grade lumber products for framing and siding, as well as custom doors and windows. They're also proud to be part of our community and support local sports television. And the Nevada Joint Union High School District, our local high school district, really does have a lot of options for you. At Sierra Mountain Independent Study, you'll receive a traditional high school diploma with free Sierra College courses offered on site. You can also take 1 or 2 classes at NU or Bear River, and ROP and work experience programs are available, like the ROP television production class that I teach over at NCTV. With so many choices, it's easy to see that you need look no further than the Nevada Joint Union High School District, serving our community with higher education. And by the Placer Insurance Agency. It's easy to make the right decision when you have lots of choices, and the Placer Insurance Agency offers you lots of choices. That's because as an insurance agency, they choose from a variety of companies to handle your insurance needs. So you'll always get the best company to fit your needs. They're also part of Allied Insurance, a nationwide company on your side. At Placer Insurance Agency, where they know how to treat their customers. And of course, by Touchdown Productions, coming to an end of celebrating our decade of local sports television. The actual date is August 23rd, I believe. This is Gil Dominguez, soon to be joined by Paul Brown, saying thanks for joining us on our Foothill network of stations and our coverage of the District 11 Area 2 All-Star Playoffs. Right here from Pioneer Park in Nevada City, one of the most beautiful Little League fields that you're going to see anywhere. And watch the kids on their road to the Little League World Series right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. So the meeting at the home plate has concluded. The ground rules have been set. Our umpiring staff tonight will have 4 of the best out there in the field. Behind the plate will be Joe Zorio. Talked to him a little bit before the show. At first base, we have Rob Kiddo. At second base, veteran umpire Jerry Westfall will be calling the action. And over at third base, Jim Carta will handle the calls over there. So excellent crew on hand for us as we get ready for the opening pitch. Penn Valley is taking the field. And on the mound is Tanner Vallejo, as he throws ball 1 to Daniel Hewitt, the first batter for Grass Valley. If you were here last night with us, then you saw a whale of a ball game as Grass Valley came back to defeat Sierra Foothills and then hang on for a 1-run victory. There's a shot right up the shortstop. Zeisler picks it up, throws over to first base. Dakota in time for out number 1. So Zeisler playing shortstop tonight. He's the pitcher that we were talking to you about earlier in the program. Comes up with the first out. shows us that he's got a good arm on the 6-3 putout of Hewitt. And that's going to bring up Zane Davidson. Davidson, a big contributor last night in that win against Sierra Foothills. He takes ball 1. He scored twice, had 2 hits, and flied out to the pitcher. So he was 2 for 3. Vallejo comes inside, and check swing goes down to check at the umpire. First base umpire Rob Kiddo says yes, he did swing, and so that is a strike. So 1-1 now to Davidson. Ball down in the dirt by Vallejo for ball 2. We can set that Penn Valley defense for you here in between pitches as Vallejo sets the 2-1 pitch. This one's going to be popped over to Zeisler again. Picks it up over to Coda in time for out number 2. So another 6-3 put out. On the mound, as we said, Tanner Vallejo, number 30. Number 15, Jared Cook, the catcher, behind the plate. On first base, calling his name already a couple times, number 4, Kyle Coda. At second base, number 27, Roland Pusich. At third base, number 1, Travis Hansen. And, of course, number 7, Dusty Zeisler at shortstop. Up to bat now is Wiles. Wiles pitched a wonderful game last night to win for Grass Valley. Pitched the win. 6th inning, 2 runners on, 2 down, and he's facing Roger Lilly as he hits the ball. This one's going to be, hit the top of Hansen's glove, bounced out of it. Zeisler was out of position, went through him, so a base hit on an error. Go E5 there for Wiles, and he'll go to first base, and Grass Valley has their first runner of the telecast. And that's going to bring up number 5, Kyle Selleck. As Vallejo gets the signal he likes, throws down. This one's going to be popped up. It's going to be shallow right field. Coming in for it is Lujan. He handles it easily for the 3rd out. That'll be F9 for Selleck for the 3rd out of the inning. So for Grass Valley, they get no hits. There's 1 error. They leave 1 on base and score nobody. And so at the end of 1/2 inning of play, we've got 1-0. Nope. How can they have 1-0 when they didn't score any runs? You know, that's just an amazing thing. All right, it's 0 with Penn Valley coming up. How about that? But one thing we are sure of is that this game is being underwritten today by SIP Building Systems. Sean Hastings and Sean Solomon, Kevin Hastings, excuse me, and Sean Solomon are proud to introduce Premier SIP building panels for your home and business construction. With Premier SIP panels, you can build your energy efficiency in right from the very beginning, because Premier SIP panels are the most efficient in the country and can save you up to 58% of your heating and cooling costs. Ask for Premier SIP panels by name at SIP Building Systems, where they really are saving energy for tomorrow. And by Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, it's time to pimp your ride with the help of Chuck Cavros and all the guys over at Top This. Chuck Cavros knows that your truck looks a lot better when it's personalized, so Top This has in-store displays featuring thousands of parts. And be sure to check out the new side boxes on our Commander 2. Chuck's outfitted our rig with the latest in side box designs. So pimp your ride and get the service you want at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, your truck's favorite store. And B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. Summertime is here, and that means it's barbecue time. At B&C, you'll find the barbecue zone with a selection of Weber grills, the name synonymous with great outdoor cooking. They also have cooking tools and accessories like the chimney charcoal starter to make your outdoor cooking experience the best one ever. So get cooking over at the Grill Zone at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center, where help is just around the corner. And that'll be it for there. We'll get to the perfect game as these guys are looking for the perfect game right now. And actually, Tanner Vallejo's perfect game is already over in the first inning. But Morgan Monagold, the pitcher for Grass Valley, still has a perfect game. That's because he hasn't thrown any pitches yet. And he throws down a strike to our opening batter, Joey Benevento. So Benevento up. These guys haven't played since Monday when they beat Sierra Foothills in a 3-1 ball game. Idle on Tuesday. And now here they come in on Wednesday in the championship game. The 0-2 pitch way outside for ball one. So Monagold ahead in the count here. Bottom of the first inning if you're just joining it. Lights haven't taken effect yet. And this one's going to be slapped over to third base, and it's going to be fair ball. He's going to round first. He's going to go ahead in the second. The ball not getting to Harris, held up by Astenson at short. And now they're going to call it foul. So play continued, timeout called as they try to get a ruling on where that ball was. And it went to the left of the bag. Before the bag, the call belongs to home plate umpire Joe Zorio. After the bag, the call belongs to Jim Carta out at third. So Carta called it fair, Zorio called it foul, and we'll reset here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside for ball 2. So Monagold evens the count now, 2-2. After that little bit of excitement. And now he throws outside for ball 3. Monagold taking a little blow out there on the mound, trying to calm himself down. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Benevento will go down on strikes for out number 1. That's going to bring up number 27, Roland Pusich. Another one of these kids that we've seen a lot in the Tournament of Champions and here in the All-Star game. And he's going to throw outside for ball 1. So Monagold with that big sweeping right arm stepping off the mound, targeting outside as Acarius. This one's going to be fouled back. Tries to bring him in toward the plate. Defensively for Grass Valley, we have Monagold on the mound, number 25. Our catcher is number 3, Nick Acarius. Over at first base, number 75, John Wiles. As Monagold pitches, this one's going to be belted right over his head into center field, picked up by Hewitt. Throw comes into Davidson, but Pusich isn't going to advance any further than first base. So a nice right up the middle single for Pusich, and Penn Valley is on the board with their first runner of the game. So there goes the perfect game for Monagold. Now umpire Joe Zorio goes out and tells Monagold to tuck in his shirt. Let's see that one again. As you can see, bounce on the ground and then right over Monagold's head out to center field. Ball comes to Hewitt, who picks it up. And Pusich doesn't round and look. He kind of runs right down the baseline. So that would mean that he would have to come back to first and tag up before he could advance to second anyway. So now we have 1 runner on with 1 out here. in the bottom of the first as Monagold throws outside for strike one. Continuing the defensive setup for Grass Valley, number 9, Gabe Harris, is playing at second base. And number 5, Kyle Selleck, playing the 5 spot as the throw goes back down to Wiles from Acarius, but not in time to catch Pusich. So number 5, Kyle Selleck, playing the 5 spot, third base, and at 6, shortstop is Kyle Astenson. This one's going to go over to Selleck. He throws to second and over to first, not in time. So Selleck gets the ball, goes to Harris to get Pusich on the 5-4. They go for the double play, and can't get Zeisler. That's going to bring up Jared Cook now. Forgot to say that Zeisler was even the batter, so apologies for that. Zeisler at first base, though, on the fielder's choice. This one's going to be smacked out to center field. What a catch by Hewitt, who tracked it down to his left-hand side and then snagged it. I'm not sure it would have cleared the fence, but it certainly would have hit the wall out there and bounced in. So nice defensive play by Hewitt out in center field. As we take a look at that one again, it was a nice pitch right over the middle. Cook got all that he wanted out of that pitch as it goes the full, well, I guess about 190 feet out there. And Hewitt, ranging to his left, hauls it in for Grass Valley for the third out. And that will also end the inning. So for Penn Valley, they get one hit, leave one man on base. There's no errors, and they score no runs. So at the score of the end of one complete, we've got a 0-0 ball game, just as you would expect in the championship game. And of course, while they take a break, let's go ahead and remind everybody that the NorCal Game of the Week is being brought to you tonight by A Perfect Game. Baseball takes hard work and practice, and at A Perfect Game, they have everything you need to be the best player you can be. Of course, they carry bats and gloves and cleats, but did you know they also have a large selection of sports apparel, hats, uniforms, scorebooks, and ball bags? It's truly a one-stop ball shop for Nevada County. Lessons are always available for any age group because Mike and Tammy really want you to have a perfect game. And by Meadow Vista Autocraft, repeat business is the highest form of flattery. And at Meadow Vista Autocraft, their clients return again and again and tell their friends to do the same. No one wants to be in an accident, but if you are, you can trust Barbara and Michael Giles to get the job done right the first time and have your car in and out as quickly as possible. They've been taking care of their customers that way for over 15 years at Meadow Vista Autocraft, the body shop that truly is different. As we come into the top of the second inning here now for Grass Valley, it'll be Nick Acarius, the batter. And he's going to hit it immediately over the head of Hansen. That ball hit the ground hard, bounced right over Hansen's head for a base hit. So Nick Acarius on immediately, one pitch, one hit. Acarius last night had a base on balls and scored, and then hit into a fielder's choice and then flied out to second. So not very productive, but he's productive here tonight. And that brings up number 9, Gabe Harris. Harris tries to lay down the bunt, misses it though. The hit and run was on, and he'll take strike one. On the mound, Tanner Vallejo still for Penn Valley. Swing and a miss for strike two. Penn Valley is really loaded with pitchers, and we haven't even begun to see the pitchers. Of course, the big buzz is about Dusty Zeisler now playing shortstop tonight. Very dominating. as Harris goes down swinging for strike 3 and the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Astenson, number 4, playing shortstop. He'll step in and see Tanner Vallejo for the first time. And Vallejo throws down low for ball 1. Vallejo with pretty good mechanics out there. Throws the ball over the top. Nice step, nice look over his glove. Nice kick. Brings it down nice and hard for strike number 2. Excuse me, strike number 1. So 1-1 the count. Acarius on first base, looking to advance to second. But Jared Cook, the catcher, not having any miscues behind the plate to allow that to happen, as that one goes low for ball 2. So Vallejo sets, gets the sign. Here's the delivery and the pitch. Strike on the upper outside corner for strike number 2. So that's going to run the count to 2-2. Nice pitcher there across the infield. Beautiful infield, immaculately groomed. As that goes down ball for ball 3. I was walking the field yesterday while we were hanging up some of our banners, and there's not even as much as a gopher hole out there. Of course, the infield dirt is just spotless. Ooh, inside, trying to take off his arm. So he's going to walk Astenson. That's going to move Acarius over to second base. And that's going to bring up number 2, Jordan Graham. So Graham comes in now with a runner in scoring position. Grass Valley threatening to make some noise here in the top half of the second inning. He's going to take ball 1 from Tanner Vallejo. Acarius at second, Astenson at first. The 1-0 pitch smacked down into the plate for strike 1. Gil Dominguez, along with the entire Touchdown production crew, in the second inning here of the championship game. Hope you are enjoying it at home. It's going to be a great one. Penn Valley, Grass Valley. The battle of the valleys, as he can't stop himself from going around. And Jordan Graham didn't want to do that, but he couldn't resist it. He was compelled to swing that bat. So good pitch by Vallejo to get him to do that. Now Vallejo ahead on the count, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. So Gordon working the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 foul. A 4-pitch appearance at the plate. Last night against Lilly, it was a 7-pitch appearance. No balls, 2 strikes called, and 4 fouls. This one down in the dirt. Cook can't find it. Now he does, and then he kind of steps backward and loses his footing. So there'll be no throw. Acarius will go over to third. Astenson will go over to second. And Graham now will have a 2-2 count as Vallejo sets. Now the runners are really in scoring position. A pop fly would bring a run home. This one's going to be hit back to Vallejo, though. He's going to check the runner, throw over to Cota for the out. Nobody can advance. And a big round of applause by the Penn Valley parents as a very nice play by Tanner Vallejo. That ball slapped right back to him. Not necessarily a hard hit. Fielded it on 1 hop. Looked over at third base to check the runner, and then went to Cota at first. And runner could not advance, Acarius, in that short of time. So that's going to be a 1-3 putout in your scorebook if you're keeping track at home. And that's going to bring up number 25, Morgan Monagold, who takes ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike one. Monagold, the pitcher for Grass Valley. Got a double last night and struck out. So he was 1 for 2. This one's going to be a hard hit over to Pusich, who goes to his right, lines it right into his glove. And that'll be an unassisted 4 for the 3rd out. So Grass Valley bats through their order in 2 innings. And we'll take a look at this one again right here. As you can see, Monagold hitting that ball. Looks like it's going to go out to center field. But Pusich taking 2 steps to his right. Puts that ball right in his glove. Flicks the ball over to the pitching mound. And just like that, he shows why he's an all-star. And that'll be the end of that threat by Grass Valley. So with timeout in the field, let's go ahead and remind you that the NorCal Game of the Week is being brought to you tonight by the Port of Subs. Sail right into the Port of Subs because they're a lot more than sandwiches. They're breakfast, lunch, and dinner all at one location. Their breakfast wraps are a great way to start your morning, and their monthly sandwich specials will fill you up in the afternoon without denting your wallet. For dinner, they have soups, party trays, sandwiches, and of course 2- and 6-foot party subs. So call or fax in your order and you'll never have to wait. At the Port of Subs, 2 locations in Nevada City and in Grass Valley on Sutton Way. That's the one I go to right down the street from my house. And of course, Touchdown Productions. Thanks for joining us tonight as we conclude our 10th season of local sports television. And thank you for tuning in and making us the #1 show in the foothills on all of our stations that take our program. We really appreciate it. ACTV, Channel 20 in Auburn. Suddenly, Channel 23 in Bear River, Alta Sierra, Colfax, Meadow Vista, Weimar. Lake of the Pines, Channel 7 inside the whole community down there and outside in the ranchos where Marty likes to watch it. And of course in Western Nevada County, Penn Valley, Grass Valley, and Nevada City, we are on NCTV Channel 11 where they broadcast the vision of Nevada County. So the threat by Grass Valley turned away by Penn Valley. And we will see Penn Valley come up to bat now here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And we're going to start off with Tanner Vallejo. We'll see Kyle Cota and then Travis Hansen, followed by Lujan and Duffy to round out the order. Grass Valley already going through their entire lineup in 2 innings. And for Penn Valley, they went 4 batters deep their first time around. So Monagold on the mound as he tries to settle down. Big throw by Carius down to second base. Picked up by Astenson. And we're going to be all set for action here as umpire Joe Zorio calls the batter over, puts on his mask, and we're going to be ready to go. And while we got a little break in the truck there, Mr. B, why don't you, if you have time, fetch me a delicious root beer beverage, because I forgot to bring one up to the announce position. Everybody likes root beer. Maverick King, Senor El Bueno, El Rey, our director, enjoys a delicious root beer. We keep the cooler stocked with plenty of root beer for him. And Miles Everett joining us, big fan of root beer. Ah, there it is.
Hello, Gil. You're a ridiculous man.
Mr. Duckett making a cameo appearance here on the Game of the Week. And we've had a great crew out here all week long. My daughter, Marissa Dominguez, joining us tonight out in camera 4. Hope she put on the mosquito repellent, because I've done that camera out there before, and that's where the mosquitoes live, out there in the forest. So the umpire's still not set. They're over there having some kind of discussion over in the Grass Valley side. I can see John Hart over there, so we've got a whole bunch of photographers over with Miles on that right-hand side. We can get a shot at that. Well, you can see it right there across the field. We got Lynn Dominguez, staff photographer for Touchdown Productions. We got Miles Everett over there, and that's John Hart on the right-hand side, photographer for the Union, over by the fence. And that's where the conversation was taking place, and now everything is settled. So we're ready to play ball, and coming up to bat is going to be number 30, Tanner Vallejo, to start the bottom of the second inning, and he'll take ball 1. So for Grass Valley, we never did set the outfield for you. We got Jordan Graham, number 22, in left field. Daniel Hewitt in center, number 6. And Zane Davidson, number 42, out in right to round out your defense for your Grass Valley All-Stars. Vallejo takes ball 2, and now he takes ball 3. So Monagold running himself into a little bit of a hole here with the opening batter in the second inning as time is called. And Vallejo walks over. He's going to check the signal, make sure what the coach wants him to do. I would think at 3-0, the take sign's going to be on. But then you never know. Vallejo can't swing the bat. So Zorio says play ball, and the pitch comes in, and it's outside for ball 4. So the base on balls to Vallejo puts the runner on, the leadoff batter on for Penn Valley. And that's going to bring up number 4, Kyle Coda. Kyle's first at bat as Vallejo delivers outside for ball 1. So Vallejo, Monagold not finding the strike zone, throwing 4 straight balls over to Vallejo and still missing outside with that pitch. This one's going to come inside, and it'll be swung for strike 1. So you guys can go ahead and open up mic number 2 now, because joining me here in the booth, just like he has for the last couple days, is Mr. Brown. And first off, let's swing and a miss there. Let's go ahead and get an update on your karate event that you were at.
I was late because I had to attend.
Yeah, I'll fix it. It's just a connection up here. Go ahead.
I was late because I had to attend my 15-year-old Clint's purple belt ceremony, which was a big deal, and he's worked very hard for. I'm sorry I've missed the first couple innings, Gil, but
that's okay. Congratulations to him.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Clint. I know you'll be watching this game.
And Monagold pitches again outside. He's been missing outside all game long. And I think part of it is his delivery. It's kind of a sidearm delivery as he comes off the mound, and the ball's kind of coming like this and hitting the outside. So full count now here to Coda. Oh, and it caught the outside corner. Incredible.
You know, Gil, we watched Monagold pitch against I believe it was the Bear River last week. His delivery is deceptive. It's not really a sidearm. It's not really over the top, but it comes across the plate, as it did right there. It starts in the upper left-hand corner and ends in the bottom right-hand corner.
Well, Zorio called that one a ball, and the last one was a strike on Cota to strike him out, so that one right down the middle, no doubt about that.
Sure enough. But it's hard because the batter thinks he's going to be jammed and hit it off the fists if he was to hit it early, but it ends up passing over the plate to the right.
So 1-1 count. This ball's going to be pounded down to the ground. Monagle picks it up, throws it over to Wiles, and that'll be out number 2. Well, actually, at first base right now is number 12.
Here's the replay on it.
Calum.
Little bounder out in front of the plate. And Monagle charges it nicely and catches it right on the first bounce. A little underhand throw.
Over to Seymour at first. So the throw goes down to third now. They're going to have plenty of time to get him, and they do! So the delayed steal not working as the defense comes up big as Acarius throws down to Selleck at third base for the out on Tanner Vallejo.
You know, Tanner paused there. It kind of appeared that he paused halfway down the baseline, Gil. Didn't really commit to stealing the base. Maybe
no, he didn't, right. He did pause. He kind of hung himself out to dry there.
Yeah. Maybe he was looking at the coach or something. So looking at the scorebook, it looks like it's been something of a pitcher's duel so far.
Well, no runs have scored. We had one base hit. Grass Valley threatened in the second inning after they got a base hit, advanced the runner to third and second base, had a strikeout in between, base on balls. He went to second base, Astenson, and then with only one out, there was a slap back to the pitcher by Graham, and Vallejo handled that one, as we see a replay here of this last out at third. Now, see, he goes to throw it back, fakes the throw. That's what he did.
He held him with the fake.
Uh-huh.
Because he got him by a long way.
So he faked the throw back. He was halfway down, so heads up play by Acarius, knowing that he was going to steal. If he threw down to second, he was going to go to third. Faked the throw, made him commit a couple steps, then threw the ball to third, and really hung him out to dry there. So kind of a sneaky play by Penn Valley, trying to advance that runner, be aggressive on the bases, and at the same time, Acarius showing why he's an all-star, and being able to pick up on that, do the pump throw down to second, and then come back to third for the out.
So it looks like we have the leadoff batter.
Yeah, Grass Valley batting through their order in the first 2 innings.
I recognize Daniel Hewitt, I believe, number 6.
Yeah, we were going over what a great game that was last night. The closing minutes of that game, which really was exciting, and it was
scored a lot of runs that game.
Right.
As opposed to this game, which I know Monagold is one of their better pitchers, at least from the rotation that I have seen. I think he's one of their better pitchers. Now, this is the first time that I've seen Pleasant Valley and Tanner Vallejo. Penn Valley, I mean. And
nice
Vallejo.
shot over to Zeisler. Zeisler picks it up. Over to Cota. In times, Cota puts the big stretch on. Ball coming down low. Cota, all 5 foot of him, stretching out, doing the splits over there at first base for the out.
Good play by Dusty Zeisler. That ball was ripped right at him. He stayed right with it, got his body in front of it, steadied himself, and made a good throw. And then again, like you said, Gil, a long stretch by Kyle Cota at first base.
So that's going to bring up Zane Davidson, as Davidson takes low for ball 1. On the mound, number 30, Tanner Vallejo. One of the top pitchers down in the Penn Valley League. And an all-star, of course. This one's going to be ripped to Zeisler also. It's going to come off the top of his glove. There'll be no time for a throw. So Zeisler able to knock it down, but then kind of spun out of the top of his webbing there.
He couldn't really, he was moving to his right and really couldn't get his whole body in front of it. Kind of got stuck between his legs here. Watch, he gets it kind of stuck in there between his legs. If you can see it, there it is. And it wanders on through.
And at that point, there's no throw as Davidson motors over to first base.
Both Hewitt and Davidson, though, got good wood in the ball. They both ripped the ball.
That's going to bring up Wiles now as this pitch gets away from Cook. And Davidson's going to go down into second easily with no throw. Time is called. And with runners in scoring position and hitting the ball, time for the manager to come out and rally the troops.
Talk to the troops. I doubt that he's going to pull Tanner Vallejo. That would surprise me. He's pitching pretty well. You never really know how many pitchers he's got left at this point, huh, Gil? I mean, if he's got a 20-pitch Vallejo or how that's going to work.
Well, Vallejo is way past 20 pitches in the third inning here.
Sure.
So, but I'm sure I've heard that they had several pitchers on the roster that they can go to. Not that you want to play for tomorrow, but they do have the advantage of not having lost a game yet.
Here's what the caucus is about. Big John Wiles is at the plate. And they're probably thinking they got first base open. They're not going to give him anything good.
That ball goes down in the dirt, but there's going to be no advance by Davidson as the ball just kind of spins around underneath Cook.
Catcher Jared Cook flips off his mask, and it went up in the air and popped him in the head on the way back down. He's trying to shake that off.
Yeah, that's a gravity thing.
Yeah, it is. Well, when you flip that mask up in the air like that, it's going to come down someplace.
Usually not on your head, though. So Vallejo sets the 2-0 pitch. This one's going to be smacked. High pop fly over to right field. Lujan underneath it. He's going to grab it. The runner Davidson's going to go to third, and throw's not going to be not in time. So sacrifice fly by Wiles for the second out. Puts Davidson in scoring position now on third base, and that's going to bring up Kyle Selleck. Selleck flied out to right field to Lujan as well in the first inning. So now Vallejo, one out away from getting out of this inning as well. This one's going to hit over to Zeisler. Zeisler's going to bobble the ball. The run's going to score, and Selleck's going to be on at first.
So Grass Valley draws first blood here, Gil. Putting one up here in the top of the third inning.
So that's 2 errors by Zeisler in this inning.
And
the normally trusty shortstop. We'll take a look again, call it down here.
It was easy ball. It's easy ball. It's a one hopper. It may be a little knuckler, but he took his eye off it. I think the runner on third base going home caught his eye. And so he pulled his head over looking at the runner and he lost the ball.
Or he might have been already looking at first base to get the throw out there, because that was the play over to first. Runner at third didn't matter if you were going to get the play at first. But they didn't, and now 1 run is scored. And now a base hit. The floodgates are open as Icarius sends this one out to left field right between Zeisler and Hansen. Duffy's got to get the ball and bring it in.
That's the third hard hit ball into the shortstop, or in the third shortstop hole this inning.
And the second hit by Icarius so far this game. So he's 2 for 2 now, as Selleck moves over to second. Icarius at first now.
And now we've got number 1.
Paraskevich up to bat.
Oh, they've got Selleck in a rundown.
Not in time! He's going to be safe as he goes down low. The throw is high. The tag not in time. And so the double steal by Grass Valley pulled off. And we're going to see it again right here. He's kind of hung out right there. Look at him.
Yeah,
Look, he doesn't know what to go, doesn't know what to do. Now he finally decides, and that really, as this ball is hit over to second base, and the throw made over to Coda. And so we can re-rack and, yeah, see that during the middle of the innings.
He gets kind of hung up here, like you said, Gil, and he doesn't really know what to do. And the throw, unfortunately, comes late.
Well, his inaction over here made Cook not throw the ball at all to anybody. And so by the time he did commit over to third base, the throw was high, he slid down low, and Hansen had no play on him over there at third.
But unfortunately, Paraskevich grounds out to second base to Purish. And Pusic and ends the inning.
As Pusic goes to Coda, the easy one. So that'll be a 4-3 put out right there for the third out, and that will end the inning.
But Grass Valley, like I said, draws first blood. They do put one on the scoreboard. And halfway through the game, that's big.
So while we are taking a break here, let's go ahead and remind everybody that there's no way we could ever do these games without our local sponsors, and we're so happy to mention them. Hanson Brothers Enterprises, rental manager Craig Arthur wants you to know that HBE Rentals is a full-service rental facility in Grass Valley with a selection of tools and equipment that you need to get the job done right. He carries only the best from Caterpillar, John Deere, Bobcat, and Kubota, and they have everything you need from pressure washers to carpet cleaners. It's all waiting for you at HBE Rentals. Proud to be part of Hanson Brothers Enterprises, helping you get those honeydews done.
And, of course, by Hanson Brothers Development, Inc. Hastings, I'm sorry. Hastings Brothers.
No, just Hastings.
Kevin Hastings, he must have a brother. I know he does. And Sean Solomon are proud of the work that they've completed in our community, including the Highlands Project, Iron Horse, and Homes for Habitat for Humanity. They're also members of the Calvary Bible Church and help them in many worthwhile community projects. They're sponsors of Bear River Little League, baseball, and now the NorCal Game of the Week. Hastings Development, Inc., the company you seek to bring in your project on time where quality is built in.
And we'll come back to that one later, guys. We'll just do a couple at a time here now, as I think we got a handle on that. And we really do appreciate the underwriters bringing you all this Little League action. 13 Tournament of Champion games and what I believe will be 5 or 6 All-Stars. So that's 18 Little League telecasts, Paul, by my count.
That's a marathon. That Touchdown Productions has completed here.
And it's that way every summer as we turn to the boys of summer for our programming schedule in July and in August, leading us up to the big football season. Yep. And if you're watching this game, football is just a couple weeks away.
This game will be broadcast, I believe, the end of August. Is that correct?
That's correct. So we are just a couple weeks away. August 31st will be the Bear River Nevada Union scrimmage. And, of course, you can join Jim Adams, Marty Mortensen, and Paul Brown over at Hooper Stadium as they converge to get a look at the teams.
Yep. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a wonderful season this year. I expect, as usual, for NU to field a great team. And Bear River has some very promising sophomores and juniors coming up. And they're already talking it up about the football season.
Well, they were all juniors last year on the line. None of them had played a down of varsity football, and they went all the way to the semifinals.
Right, exactly. And they have a freshman team that was undefeated. In fact, only allowed a total of 6 points. And some of those sophomores coming up are going to be moved up to varsity ball. So it's going to be a very interesting season, Gil. I'm looking forward to covering it with you.
Well, last year was the year of Bear River in a number of different sports, so it certainly wouldn't surprise me as we've got a defensive change now. as number 15 is going to go out to left field, and that's going to be Ben Blackman.
Precarious stays at pitcher, and Morgan Monagold will stay on the mound. He's throwing the ball around the infield to keep himself warm. And we're still talking about changes with the coaches as the umpire walks over and talks to the coach of...
Well, they're very specific here in the All-Stars. It's not just any kind of rotation you can have. The player that substitutes for another player is not only takes that place in the batting order, but is also married to that position. As Monagold...
First pitch, a strike.
Pitches to Mac Lujan. So Penn Valley still not all the way through their lineup here in the third inning, only plating 7 batters in 2 innings. While for Grass Valley, they are almost finished with their second rotation, sending 15 batters to the plate.
Monagold's tough. Watch him deliver.
That one's going to be a shot, and it's going to get past Blackman, who's just went into right field, picked up by Hewitt. That ball's going to come all the way in. It's going to get away from everybody, but Monagold's going to grab it, and Lujan's going to be standing on second base with a double.
And that was a for sure double. That was ripped.
There was no gimme there.
That was a no-doubter. Ripped over the head, and then, a good play, actually, you got to say. Daniel Hewitt came over to back up Ben Blackman, who bobbled the ball in the outfield. Watch this.
Yeah.
Now Blackman bobbles the ball. It goes to the wall, and look at this. He falls, and if Hewitt hadn't been hustling, he might have, he'd got a third, maybe even scored. Who knows?
So up to bat now is Nate Duffy, the number 9 batter, with Lujan in scoring position. And goes to bunt him down to third, and that'll be strike 2.
I wonder if he'll still try to put the bunt on.
Not with 2 strikes, I would imagine. Swing and a miss, though, for strike 3 as they let Duffy swing away. So he goes down swinging for out number 1. That's going to bring up the top of the order. Number 24, Joey Benevento.
You say that well. There's a good shot of Monagold.
And Benevento up at the mound. Nice crowd here tonight as Monagold slings that ball. You're right, he's got like a slinging motion.
Yeah, and it comes across the plate. It's deceptive, and the batter doesn't pick it up until late. You don't see the ball out of his hand until late because of the overhand delivery.
This one outside for ball 2. He has a tendency, though, to throw it to the outside part.
Yep.
And that's where most of his balls have been tonight.
Well, let's see if Penn Valley can capitalize on that first hit.
This little dribbler is going to go foul, picked up by Selleck. And he'll throw the ball back into Monagold, who will charge up the hill. And get ready after Benevento gets the call, gets the signal. He's set. Monagold is set, and he throws ball outside for ball 3.
Monagold wanted that call. Yeah, it was close, too.
So 3 balls and 1 strike now to Benevento. Runner in scoring position at second base is Lujan after the double to left field. And we're all set here as Monagold winds up and delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So that's going to run the count full.
Benevento looks down to the coach in third base box, looking for a sign, steps in.
And here's the 3-2 pitch. It's going to be hit right back to Monagold. He can't handle it. picked up by Harris. No throw at first. So almost a little excuse me swing there just to protect himself from striking out.
It was a dribbler that I'm really surprised. Monagold threw himself off the mound and really wasn't prepared to field the ball.
That's exactly what happened. He was out of position, and then when he tried to go back, he almost stumbled and fell.
Right. And then it was moving so slowly that neither the shortstop nor the second baseman really had a play on it.
No, it dribbled right out to second base, and Harris actually picked it up, I think, right on the bag. And by that time, everyone was safe. No one was going to throw it.
Oh, we're going to see it again here. Now watch this.
Paul.
So he throws it. See, he's kind of off balance, and so he's not ready to field it. And it just loses all of its steam. They have to wait for the silly thing to get there. And once he does field it, can't do much with it.
No, everybody's safe. Going into third base is Lujan.
So now a fly ball ties the game.
And coming up to bat is Roland Pusic, number 27, second batter in the order. So you got to figure these top four batters are the go-to guys.
Oh, they're going to try and score him.
Is Carius, and it's going to come into Monagold. Going to be safe over to third. They're going to drop the ball there too.
Oh.
So 2 drop balls.
For Grass Valley, Heartbreak City. They had a play on him at home. I thought it was a daring move to try to steal home on that. The ball didn't get away that hard, and actually he should have got him at home. And then again.
Well, Monagold dropped the ball at home.
Right, let's take a look. So
here's
it gets
the ball
away.
Goes past Acarius. Acarius throws off the mask, goes into the fence, now throws it to Monagold, who might have had him.
Yep.
But it hit his hand, bounced away. Now Monagold picks it up, throws over to third, and the ball comes out of Selleck's glove. They would have had him there as well. So what might have been a double play turns into a run and safe at third for Penn Valley, and now they've tied this at 1 each.
And more importantly, they have a runner at third base with only 1 out, so a fly ball scores him, they can go ahead.
Benevento, and lost in the confusion is the at-bat by Pusic, who now is 1-1. So lots of action on the pass ball there. Aggressive base running by Penn Valley.
And then pass ball. He can't find it behind him. They're going to easily score.
And Benevento doesn't even slide. So you'd have to think that Grass Valley a little shook up after 2 pass balls by Monagold. Unearned runs.
Yep, sure enough.
Coming in.
Actually, they weren't by Monagold. They were by Acarius. And they were low. Both of them were low balls that he had to field as a catcher. Now Monagold's a little wild. You can see that one going back to the screen. You can see that Carius his shoulders, he's got his dauber down about it. He knows.
And Monagold as well.
Yep, you can see it.
Especially after that last pitch. And you got to remember, these are only 12-year-olds.
You forget, don't you?
Well, especially after you see him make such great plays. And now this one is, and I would think that that's going to be all for Monagold. As Pusic goes to first base on the walk now.
Nick Acarius needs to walk out and calm his pitcher down, have a little chat, talk about duck hunting or something. I don't know, but they need to pull it together. Monagold was throwing a great game and had great control until just this last couple of batters.
That's going to bring up Zeisler, and Monagold once again throws it outside. And those are the pitches that have been causing the most trouble for Acarius as he shakes his head and puts back on his helmet.
Now, is Acarius, is he a catcher during the regular season, or is this a position he's comfortable with?
I would imagine that he's a catcher in the regular season. They're not going to put somebody back there that's new.
There's a strike.
What's new is probably catching Monagold. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Zeisler now. And he's going to rope it out to right field. That one's going to go all the way to the touchdown banner at the fence. 1 run's going to score.
He's going to try for 3. Here's the throw. Oh, it's off his glove.
Off the glove of Selleck. Now he's going to
go
come all
home.
the way home. Sliding in, he's going to be safe. And in the park home run by Zeisler. Man, oh man, oh man. How many times do you see that?
He just willed his way around the bases, Gil. That ball hit, like you said, the touchdown sign, but it hit it on one bounce. He ripped it. It was a low ball, but it had so much steam on it, it hit the sign with one bounce. And by the time it was fielded, he was coming around second base. And then a bad throw to third allowed him to score at home. So errors has been the name of the game here. Oh, good. Here we're going to get a replay on that.
Look at Zeisler. He's got his eyes trained right in there.
He ripped that ball.
Yeah, just
and
roped
one
it
bounce
out there.
takes it to the wall.
Now, and it just stays there. That's going to score Pusic. Now here he comes around second as the ball gets popped up. Oh, nice play by Harris. Not in time, though, over to Wiles. So we can go back to that replay.
So after the hit, we saw the hit, and then he throws it to third, and again, it gets by the third baseman. That's the second time we've seen it. That's Selleck. Selleck hustled down to get the ball, and there's really no play at home.
Well, there might have been, but he wasn't in a defensive position to stop him. You got to put yourself in front of that plate, be ready to block him, get that throw. The ball might have been there in time, but he was out of position doing an olé.
Like he was almost a second baseman watching the runner come in into second base.
Right, you can't force him like that. You got to be right in there like Fowler stands when he was catching for Sierra Foothills.
Right.
Get that ball, block the plate, and they might have had a shot at him right then. So as I was saying, that was probably going to be all for Morgan Monagold, and that's exactly what happens as number 5, Kyle Selleck, comes in to pitch now. And we're going to have Monagold go over to first.
And it looks like they're going to put John Wiles at third now.
And you can't allow yourself to get too far behind here. The wheels actually came off before the Dusty Zeisler inside the park home run. And I thought they were going to pull him there. So on the mound is going to be number 5.
Selleck. It's Kyle Selleck. And we can watch him warm up. Maybe we can put a camera on him and we can watch the move of Selleck as he warms up. We watched him pitch just the other day, and he's got an interesting delivery as well, Gil. He fronts the ball. He actually brings the ball to about eye level and then flips it. Maybe we can get camera. There it is. Let's see. Let's watch him as he goes into his windup. I guess his warm-up pitches are over.
So Jared Cook is on first base. Tanner Vallejo now coming to bat. Still only one down here in the third inning. A very productive third inning for Penn Valley as they have plated 4 runs.
Good pitch.
And Selleck throws one over for strike 1.
So we have Monagold at first now, Wiles at third. Acarius still behind the plate. Kyle Selleck pitching.
7th batter of the inning for Penn Valley. This one's kind of a changeup. And it'll be definitely a ball.
Is that Ben Blackman out into left field?
Yeah.
Okay. Outside.
And runner's going to advance as the ball gets away from Acarius. So Cook runs down to second. He's a big boy out there.
There's a good shot of Kyle Selleck. Now watch him as he delivers. He kind of brings the ball to eye level and flips it in there. There it is.
That one's going to be hit, going to be caught by Harris. Picked it up over to Monagold in time.
Great pay by Gabe Harris. Went to his left, stop, set, throw. Great play.
So Harris does what he's supposed to do on that soft grounder. And Tanner Vallejo goes down 4-3 for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Kyle Cota. Cota struck out in the second inning against Monagold in his only appearance so far this game. Changeup high and outside and almost going over to Grass Valley. Cook on third base right now. So a runner in scoring position, 2 down here. 4 runs already scored by Penn Valley in this inning to take a 4-1 lead. Swing and a miss, ball comes off of Carius. Here comes the run, he won't even have to slide. So that's 3 passed balls for 3 runs. And the wheels coming off a little bit for Grass Valley as they have had to battle back through the losing bracket, winning 3 games in a row to reach this game, only to find themselves against the Penn Valley All-Stars. And this one's going to go all the way out to the wall as well. Bobbled a little bit there by Hewitt.
He's going to try for 3.
He is, and
there's
the
throw.
Is going to come, and he's going to be safe.
Oh, boy, that looked like he may have had him. That throw was right on the number.
Yeah, but the ball, the slide went low, and the throw was high. So no tag on Cota, who winds up with a triple.
At least Wiles at third base fielded the ball nicely. Here it comes. You'll see the rip, and it's just that good hit right through, and it does go to the wall between the fielders. Now let's watch the throw.
And he's already rounding second before the throw comes in.
He made up his mind when he rounded first, and here it comes. And look, he's right there, and
but there's no tag.
Oh, and it's ripped down to left field line, right down the corner.
That's Travis Hansen. So no, that's not. That's yeah, it is Travis Hansen. So everybody's hitting here.
And now it is 6-1.
And the merry-go-round has started.
They're just ripping the ball.
And now my scorebook will begin to look bad because we are going into our 10th batter of the inning with Mac Lujan, who started us all off with a double back when Monagold was pitching. So 2 balls to Lujan by Selleck. As this one goes high for ball 3. So Hansen on for second base after the double. We've had a double, a triple, an inside the park home run, a single. We're hitting for cycle here. This one's going to be smacked out to Hewitt. Blocked by the fence. He gets it, goes down to one knee for the drama. And that will be the side retired as he flies out to the center field.
But the damage is done.
As they say, the damage is done. They leave 1 runner on base. They get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 6 hits in that inning. And they plate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs.
But beyond the hits, Gil, the errors is really what killed Grass Valley. Not only the pass balls, but the plays at third base.
The drop ball at home.
Yep, the drop ball at home.
And that kind of really shook him up a little bit. That shook him up a little bit, and of course it's very hard to recoup when you have that kind of damage coming against you, especially in the All-Star game where once you have that big inning against you, sometimes it's hard to emotionally come back.
Sure. You know, I thought Monagold actually was playing or throwing very well. And we both made the comment that he had good stuff and he was hitting the outside of the plate. And if it hadn't been for so many pass balls, they may not have pulled him, Gil. You really can't call it a pitching problem on that last inning.
Well, he was throwing the ball to the outside like that all night long on that outside plate, and just too many balls were going out there. I thought they might have pulled him a couple batters previous.
Right.
And brought in Selleck or somebody else. But, you know, it just goes to show you really have to play for today.
And for the moment.
There is no tomorrow for Grass Valley if they don't win. There is a tomorrow for Penn Valley if they don't win. They could lose tonight and still have a tomorrow. And, of course, if they have to bring in Zeisler to close out these guys, then they would use him for that because there is no tomorrow at that point for them. This way, with a 6-1 lead here in the fourth.
They may try to just close it out.
Well, they certainly are firmly in control of their own destiny now at this point, and they can move right into the area series undefeated, as will Rockland be undefeated. And they can throw Zeisler over there at Tri-Cities on Saturday, try to steal a game over there. Then the series moves here on Monday, and that's when we'll pick it up and see what happens. Perhaps, you know, Area 2 can beat Area 1 this year and advance into the district finals down in Sacramento.
Well, the first pitch by Tanner Vallejo, they're going to leave him on the mound.
But before that happens, we'll definitely have to see what Grass Valley has to say about that. And they're going to bring up to bat right now number 12, Caleb Seymour, who's playing first base. So Seymour's going to hit the ball over to Pusich. Picks it up over to Coda for out number 1. So it'll be 4-3 put out for 1 out. And that's going to bring up number 15, Ben Blackman. So Blackman's first appearance here. And he'll face Vallejo. This one's going to be popped up to center field. Benevento on his horse. And Joey will pull this one in. Got some wheels out there.
Came in that ball nicely. You think it's Benevento or?
It's Benevento.
Benevento.
Yeah.
Kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
So fly it out to center for out number 2. And that's going to bring up number 7, J.T. Mortara. Here in the fourth, so Grass Valley is getting their substitutes in this inning and at the bottom of the order.
They may be pulling him back now. Oh, no, the coach is just going to go talk to him.
Yeah, no, they're not going to pull him back. He's got to get his ups and he's got to get his outs in the field. So best to put in all your subs right now, and that way you can come back at the top of the order in the 5th, and then at the bottom of the order you got your starters again. So a little coaching strategy here by Grass Valley as Vallejo sets and delivers inside for ball 1. Mortara last night walked in his only plate appearance in the 4th inning, and then he later scored.
There's no way he was 2 years champion.
Just a wealth of information, huh?
You really are. I was looking over there going, how did he know that? Travis Hansen at third base is inching in on the grass.
Right. You wouldn't think Mortara is going to be able to put it out there very far.
Right.
He may even try to bunt with 3 balls and no strikes, although I'm pretty sure the take sign will be on right now. He walked last night, and I think, as I remember, he walked because of that small strike zone.
Yeah, if he leans over a little bit, it can't be more than 6 inches. There's a walk.
So just as I predicted, the base on balls going to Mortara. Now that's going to bring up the top of the order. And should be number 6, Daniel Hewitt.
And Hewitt, we've been watching him for the last couple of games. He's been a big producer for Grass Valley.
Grounded out to short twice today, though. Yesterday he was 1 for 3, but scored. So he's overdue. right now, and he's got a runner ahead of him. This ball's going to go outside, so Vallejo needs to settle down a little bit here in the 4th inning. His team's giving him a big 5-run lead, and they want him to pitch some strikes. Let your fielders do their work. This one's going to go off into the screen for strike 1.
First 2 batters to the plate, though, were pretty simple outs. It looked like it was going to be an easy inning.
Lots of media here in attendance. I see Brian Hamilton down the third base line there. Looks like he's the photographer and the reporter tonight, doing double duty. Although I did see John Hart on the field earlier, so not sure what he's shooting. He might be shooting a little video for the unit.
Well, now Tanner Vallejo's having a little problem with his control, going to 3-1.
Well, he was with Mortara.
Yeah,
he walked him on 4 straight pitches.
So he just needs to throw a strike here, like you said, and let the infield do the work.
So Vallejo now, the 3-1 pitch, they're going to be inside for ball 4.
Wow. So with 2 outs.
So 8 pitches, only 1 strike. 9 pitches, only 1 strike out of them. And so Mortara is going to go to second. Hewitt goes to first, and that's going to bring up Zane Davidson, but not before a big meeting on the mound. And I think we might have seen all that we're going to see of Vallejo.
Yeah, it could be. Looks like he's patting him on the back. And where are they going to send Vallejo now? They're going to send him to shortstop.
Coming to the mound is going to be number 27.
Okay, Vallejo is going to shortstop. And
it's going to be Roland Pusich coming in to pitch. Pusich was at second base. So now over at second base is number 18, Kyle Yoakum. Is that 18 out there at second? I can't really see. Yeah, maybe Marissa can see it, who's playing, what the number of the second baseman is. Number 19, so that's going to be Ben Blair at second base.
Pitching.
And pitching is going to be
Pusich.
Roland Pusich. So while we have a pause in the action here, let's go ahead and remind you that the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by Casey Wood Corporation. The Casey Wood Corporation has been serving the needs of the professional contractor since 1990. It's about 17 years. And Mark and Kevin Casey, along with Brent Frazier, have worked hard to establish a reputation for doing whatever it takes for you to keep your job on track and your men working. They offer the best in construction-grade lumber products for framing and siding, as well as custom doors and windows. It's all on display over there on their Charles Drive address, and they're also proud to be part of the Nevada City Little League organization. That's the Casey Wood Corporation.
Nevada Joint Union High School District. Our local district reminds you that you do have a choice when considering high school in Nevada County and invites you to explore all your options within the district. After traditional comprehensive high schools at Bear River and Nevada Union to the many alternative high school programs, our local high school district is working hard to make sure that they have a school that fits your needs and your students' needs perfectly. The Nevada Joint Union High School District is serving your community with higher education.
And the Placer Insurance Agency. The Placer Insurance Agency has been helping families protect their investments for over 100 years. That's because as an agency, they represent many different companies and make sure the company you will pick will fit your needs. They're part of the Allied Insurance, a nationwide company on your side. So protect your most precious investments today with Placer Insurance Agency, where they know how to take care of their customers.
And with that said, Pusich's first pitch, one bouncer to shortstop Tanner Vallejo, who just strolls over, steps on second, and finishes off the 4th inning for Penn Valley.
So he gets Hewitt going to second base. And it'll be an unassisted 6 and a fielder's choice. And that's the third out right there. So the inning comes to an end without any runs by Grass Valley after the big 6-run barrage by Penn Valley there in the third. And we have a 6-1 ball game. And if Penn Valley really, if they get lucky here, they could get into a 10-run situation.
I was just thinking the same thing. Grass Valley's got to be disappointed having 2 runners there on base, even though they did have 2 outs, not managing to get them around and score at least one of them.
So let's go ahead and thank some underwriters here just in case that happens. And of course, the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by SIP Building Systems. Premier SIP structural panels are the most energy efficient siding you can buy and can save you 58% of your heating and cooling cost. When you build with SIP Premier panels, you build energy efficiency in from the very beginning. Kevin Hastings and Sean Solomon are proud to introduce Premier SIP building panels and invite you to see them at SIP Building Systems, where they're saving energy for tomorrow.
And by Top This Auto and Truck Accessories, Top This leads the way with innovative technology that makes your truck look great and run more efficient. Chuck Cavros knows that your truck looks better when you personalize it, and so Top This has in-store displays featuring thousands of accessories for all the top manufacturers. So give your truck some attitude and get the service you want at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, your truck's favorite store. And Gil had his head on my shoulder.
Put your head
on my shoulder.
And B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. Everyone is talking about defensible space these days. So B&C has teamed up with Husqvarna to make summer cleanup easy for you and your family. Defensible space can save your life and is so important in Nevada County. So choose from many of the hedge trimmers or chainsaws, and you'll be ready to handle any job around the house because B&C knows your day never ends. They have new summer hours, 7:30 to 7, and 8 to 5 on Sunday. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
And just for the record, don't ever trust me with a chainsaw.
It might be a massacre. So coming up to bat now here in the 4th inning is number 6, Jack Giametti. So Giametti will replace Nate Duffy. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So Selleck ahead on the count here. No, we got number 6. We got a new pitcher for
We have a new
Grass
pitcher.
Valley.
While we were doing the mentions,
That's Daniel Hewitt.
Hewitt goes in to pitch.
And he's going to go down looking. So Giametti goes down.
There's a good pitcher of Hewitt. He looked confident out there, that first batter.
Yeah, he threw 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out.
Said to heck with this, let's just fire them at these guys.
And let's get back in and batter up. That's going to bring up Joey Benevento, leadoff batter. Yeah, he's going to take low for ball 1. Hewitt's got a nice fastball there. Nice delivery right off the top and just powers that ball down. Benevento struck out in the 1st inning and then singled in the 3rd and then later scored in that big 6-run barrage. This one's going to be fouled off as Benevento just kind of reached for it. Not really a full swing on that.
If you could leave the camera there and let's watch Benevento in his windup. This is a great one. I like this one. He has a lot of movement, and then he slows everything down right before he delivers here.
And then pops the ball right out.
And then pops the ball. So he gets a little movement here, back and forth, then kicks the leg up, and then drops it and pow. And that was a strike and fouled off to the screen.
So that'll run the count to 1-2. Lots of people here at the ballpark tonight. Beautiful summer evening. I see some girls playing around in the batting cage down there. Having some fun, some wiffle balls. Lots of parents, grandparents. Food is cooking over on the right side. This one's going to be a pop-up. Coming in from third base is Wiles, or Selleck. Selleck goes back to third base after pitching.
Good play by Selleck. Didn't find that ball at first and made a little late jump on it. Managed to make the basket catch for the second out.
So Wiles goes back to first base now. Eastonson remains at short. Gabe Harris at second. On the mound is Hewitt. And he pitches outside for strike one. Batter number 27, Roland Pusich. He walked last time up and later scored.
Looks like a ball player. And it's ripped down to third base.
Selleck picks it up. Long throw over to Wiles, but he's tall over there, reaches up. So Pusich grounds out, 5-3.
And a
for the
quick
third
inning.
out. Yeah, well, that's what they needed if you're going to get back into this game. And so the top of their order goes for naught as Giametti comes in.
So let's see if Penn Valley makes any changes. They finished the last inning with Roland Pusich on the mound. He only threw one pitch. So I'm assuming that he's going to be back in.
Pitching for him here
You bet.
in the fifth. And while we take a break in the action, let's go ahead and thank our great sponsors that are bringing you this championship game of District 11 Area 2. And we're talking about a perfect game. Perfect game is all about baseball and softball. From Little League to Adult Recreation League, Mike and Tammy Milligan have everything you need to improve your game. That's the incorrect phone number. Let's go ahead and take that out right. Take it out right now. This is the same problem we had on the last time they were on the show. I didn't know that they were still in there. And that was my bad. So we'll get the phone number correct, and we will actually put it in right now correctly. There it is, 273-3677. They have the latest designs in bats, gloves, and training equipment. It's a one-stop ball shop for Nevada County. They also have a bulletin board there, so you can post your upcoming events and tournaments. So get in the game at a perfect game just up the hill from Weiss Brothers on Jaworski Drive or on the web at aperfectgame.net. And that is the correct phone number. Please disregard any other phone numbers that you may have seen on this broadcast.
And that's where you go to get your baseball and softball supplies. And also Meadow Vista Autocraft. Barbara and Michael Gillis.
Giles,
I'm sorry. We're really messing this up, aren't we, Gil? Welcome you to Meadow Vista Autocraft, where they specialize in high-quality collision repair combined with excellent customer service.
take it out.
They'll turn a negative situation into a positive experience because they go the extra mile for you. Just make your claim, and they take over the entire claim repair process from there. You'll leave satisfied and happy with honest work at Meadow Vista Autocraft, the body shop that makes a difference.
And making a difference right now is going to be Grass Valley here in the top of the fifth inning. It's going to be big number 75, John Wiles. And for Wiles, he hit homered last night in the first inning, singled in the third, and then walked in the fourth. So plenty of power for Wiles. Part of that big Grass Valley 4-run inning against Sierra Foothills that we saw. Remember, he sent it way out there into the bushes.
That was it was a big hit. They need to get something going now. They don't need a big hit. They need runners. They need a rally to happen here.
Oh, that one's going to hit him right on the head.
It might hit the bat. Did it hit the bat or hit his helmet?
Well, I think you're right. It did hit the bat.
It sounded like a bat.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. It looked like it was heading for his helmet, but the bat got in the way.
Yeah, he kind of put his. Let's see it again here on the replay. I think he's going to put his bat up to defend himself. Yeah,
got it on the handle.
It got it on the handle.
That's unfortunate.
So let's see that again because the umpires are talking about it. I don't think that the ball hit him. Here it is again. And as we can see, Pusich throwing the ball in there. Now, as it comes in, he puts the bat up, and it wouldn't have hit him in the head. Hits him on the handle right above the hands and fouls.
They're going to give him first base, Gil.
Well, it could be that they thought it hit his hand on the bat, although your hand is part of the bat. So a little bit hard to tell why they sent him to first base. On our replay, it clearly shows that it hit the bat. It sounded like a bat.
Yeah, it did.
Not a helmet.
Maybe they were saying that he was defending himself with the bat or something. They gave him first base nonetheless.
And that's going to bring up Kyle Selleck. Selleck flied out to right field in the first inning and then got a single by the error on Zeisler at short. Now Pusich set to pitch, 1-0 pitch. This is going to be hit right back. It's going to come off the glove of Pusich. Picked up by Vallejo.
Good play by Vallejo. It caromed off the pitcher, Pusich. Vallejo saw it and was able to react quick enough to grab the ball and make a quick underhanded play.
In order to get Wiles going into second.
Right.
So it's a 6-4 put out for the first out of the inning as Selleck gets on the fielder's choice. And that's going to bring up Nick Acarius.
I believe that's Tanner Vallejo over on second base now.
No, Tanner Vallejo's. Oh, you mean playing defense?
Yeah, playing defense now.
It's number 18 at second base, which is Yoakum.
Yoakum, okay.
And Vallejo is at short, number 30.
All right, I think we're starting to get that.
So 2 balls now to Acarius. He singled both times up at bat in the second and the third inning. So he's 2 for 2. Throw down to first, real high. Not in time and not necessary, really.
Yeah, Jared Cook, it's a little risky. I think he just wanted to get in the game somehow or another. He was going to make a quick throw down to first base.
Cota had to stretch high to get that one. No harm done, though, as the count moves to 2-1 against Acarius. Inside for ball 3.
So Acarius is 1 pitch away from putting 2 men on base, and Grasselli's got
Pusich.
Pusich is 1 pitch away. Acarius is at the plate, of course.
This one's going to be slapped over to Vallejo. Picked it up. He's going to bobble it again, but a quick little toss over to Yoakum. And once again, they're going to get that lead runner going over to second base.
And once again, you know, he just stayed with it. He got his body in front of it and stayed with it, knocked it down, and they had the presence of mind to make the flip over to second base. That's a big play. They didn't need 2 runners on base.
And that's going to bring up Paraskevich.
Here it is. And again, he bounced it, but
Vallejo
he stays in front of it, gets his body in front of it. It's off his chest. All he needed was a little flip.
Immediately picked it up and went to first. So Harris replaced by Paraskevich. And he'll look at Pusich for the first time. This one's going to be strike on the outside corner. Oh, boy, I thought that was a ball. But then what do I know? I'm just up here in the booth.
Having yourself
a root beer.
There's a hit.
Yeah, over to Vallejo again. He's going to bobble this one again, and again goes to second base. So all 3 outs at second base as Jerry Westfall punches him out and kind of chuckles to himself that all 3 balls just kind of went to Vallejo and then went over to Yoakum. And Westfall gets a little action out there at second base. Umpire gets to punch 3 guys out.
And Vallejo, as he goes back over to the dugout to meet his teammates, is laughing, knowing that, you know, he didn't cleanly field the ball the whole inning, but he did the job. All 3 outs.
Yep. So Paraskevich goes on the fielder's choice. And so no hits, one man left on. And of course, the important thing, no runs scored.
And Grass Valley is running out of innings here. They're down to their last inning.
Yeah, Penn Valley will have their last ups if needed. And of course, championship game being brought to you by
our friends at Port of Subs.
Sail on in.
Yeah, Cindy and Mike Agento, along with John Larimer, own 2 Port of Sub locations in Grass Valley and Nevada City and offer fresh sliced sandwiches daily with a selection of wraps, salads, soups, and party trays. And you can hear Gil in the background slurping. It just makes the Port of Subs even that more.
They got root beer over there.
They got root beer too. So whether you're counting your carbs, calories, or pennies, Port of Subs has something for every appetite. Call or fax your order, and you'll never have to wait a minute at Port of Subs.
No, they have it all ready for you. And of course, Touchdown Productions concluding a decade of local sports television.
That's really amazing, Gil.
August 25th.
Wow.
Our anniversary date of our very first telecast, and it was the Nevada Union Junior Miners versus the Bear River Junior Bruins.
Did you do
junior Pee Wee division?
Did you do it with like a camera with a crank on it back then, or?
You know, back in those days, we had to hand crank the RF. And back in 1920, we were in black and white. No.
You did have talkies. Yeah, good.
Mike Hallett calling the action for us that day. And, you know, just 3 cameras from the get-go. And we celebrate that this June as we move into Hooper Stadium and cover football for our 11th season. Oh, nice diving try by Selleck there. Third base coming in from his position on the little pop-up bunt by our batter.
Number 12.
And we'll see it again here.
Here it is. Little pop-up bunt. He almost gets it, too. He's charging hard. And just as he comes down, can't get it on the snow cone.
Ignacio Resendez is the batter. And he'll take strike 2 now.
So if
they call him Iggy.
If Penn Valley's going to get back in this game, they can't allow any runs here.
And a swing and a miss, and so Ignacio Iggy Resendez goes down swinging. So that's going to bring up number 15 now, Jared Cook. So Resendez batting for Zeisler in that spot. Cook batting for himself. And he's going to take outside for strike 1. So Penn Valley, they already have all the runs they need, trying to hang on here for the championship and a trip down to Tri-Cities to face Rockland. As Cook takes strike 2.
Cook's a big boy. He looks like he could take one over the fence with no problem. Slaps at it. Back to the screen.
And on the mound is number 6 now. And that's still Hewitt.
Daniel Hewitt.
He just looked different. He's got those flowing locks. Kind of reminds me of Fernando Valenzuela, the way he dances off the mound there.
He does a little bit, doesn't he? Has that hat tucked down there tight over his eyes.
Yeah, has a little wiggle and a waggle there on his delivery. Pitches high. So after 2 quick strikes on Cook, count evens up now at 2-2. 1 down here on the strikeout by Resendez. And here's Hewitt's pitch. This one's going to be fouled off back behind the screen by Cook. And that's going to keep the count at 2-2.
Brings some leaves from the trees down right on top of the snack bar where all the condiments are.
Oh, there's a good crowd here tonight. Probably close to 100 people.
Well, it is championship baseball.
And what I noticed from talking to a lot of the people out there yesterday is that a lot of people don't even have kids in this game. They're just here to watch it. They know it's the championship game. They know it's Penn Valley, Grass Valley, and they know it's going to be a good game.
Oh, good pitch.
So Cook goes down looking as Hewitt gets his second strikeout of the inning.
And since coming in, Daniel
one from
Hewitt,
last inning also, so that's 3 strikeouts for him.
And no runs being scored on him.
Where's he been the whole game?
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't want to second guess the coach, but had he come in a bit earlier, maybe they wouldn't have 6 runs on the board.
So Tanner Vallejo now the batter. And he's going to get a low right over the plate, but down low for ball 1. So the bottom of 5 here, Penn Valley with a 5-run lead, 6-1 championship game. If they win, they move on to play Rockland on Saturday. Swing and a miss for strike 1. If Grass Valley is able to pull this out, there will be an if game tomorrow. 7 o'clock start right here at Nevada City to determine the championship. Swing and a miss for strike 2 on Vallejo.
Boy, Hewitt must have something really going on out there because they're just kind of waving at the ball. It doesn't look like he's delivering it any harder than.
No, it doesn't.
But he certainly has them fooled.
He's Fernando-esque.
There it is, another wave swing, and they're going to close it out right there.
So 3 strikeouts for Daniel Hewitt. And 4 strikeouts overall, strikes out the side, and that was the middle of the order right there as well. That was the meat of the order. We had the 3, 4, and 5 hitter in the game. So
you got to hand it to him. He did the job. He came in and did what he was supposed to do. Now his team has to rally up 5 runs to stay in this thing.
1 big inning is all that separates these 2 teams right now. A 6-run 3rd inning, including an in-the-park home run by Zeisler to score 2 runs, is the difference here. Other than that, they've been playing it tight. You look at your line score right there, Paul.
I'm also looking at, they're going to change pitches, it looks like, Gil. They're going to go to 27. And that would be, oh no, they're going to stay with Pusich, excuse me. They're going to leave him on the mound.
See, they look different when they come out there for the next inning.
Yeah, it's either that or I'm just getting older by the minute. I can't see that far.
Thank God they got numbers.
But there's the line score. I mean, we're talking about 1 inning. You know, Penn Valley explodes for 6 runs in the 3rd. And
that was after Grass Valley scored a run in the top of that frame.
Right, and up until then, we had your pitcher's duel going on,
and ever since it's been all zeros.
And we had a lot of pass balls. We had some errors. We had you know, some wild pitches that scored runs and moved batters along the baseline. So that has to you'd have to say that was the factor that made the difference in that inning of the 6th.
Well, all they needed was 2 runs. And they certainly got those early on. They sent 10 batters to the plate that inning, starting with Mac Lujan, who started the inning with that rope double. And then they had a strikeout and then a single and then a base on balls and then the inside the park homer. So they were off to the races at that point. The single actually scored Lujan. And the home run brought in 3 runs, so that was all they needed right there.
As we watch Pusich warm up on the mound, why would you take him out now? You know,
well, they're not.
I don't think they will either. There's no reason. They've got a big padded lead, even if they have another pitcher that he's got left in the dugout.
Well, the worst case scenario would be that they come up and they get their last ups in the bottom of the 6th.
Right.
They are the home team. So they are 3 outs away right now from claiming the Area 2 championship. Moving on to playing Rockland on Saturday down at Tri-Cities. We will not be covering that game, but we will see them in game 2 here on Monday in Nevada City. Swing, little dribbler over to Yoakum.
And Eastenson's going to try and stretch it out. And
They got
to
it!
second base. Why did he do that?
Jerry Westfall punches him out at second base on a nice throw by Lujan from right field. And actually, that's not Lujan out there. Can't see what the number is in right field.
It looks like 18.
It's a double number. Here it is. We'll see it again on the replay.
Eastonson didn't need to stretch it out. He had a good solid base hit. He was on base.
You know, and I might even question that call, whether they got him or not. The throw came to the back of the bag. I know Jerry won't want to hear that.
But it's one out nonetheless, and we got Grass Valley down to their last 2 outs. Oh, we're going to see the replay again. Okay, here's the replay again.
There's
and
the
he
ball.
gets through his legs.
Right, goes right through Yoakum. And he's going to round first right now. And here he comes in. The throw is high. And the throw and the slide looks like he's there.
It does. It does.
Before they apply the tag, but you know, Westfall's right on top of it. He's got the best seat in the house.
And while we're watching the replay, we've got 2 balls and 1 strike. You know, the first base coach didn't try to hold him at first. He should have stopped him right there.
Well, you need base runners when you're down by 5.
That's right.
That's a for sure. And up to bat is number 22, Jordan Graham.
He should have been reeling him back in, though.
3 balls, 1 strike. Right, it was a nice, clean hit. Actually went through Yoakum's legs, so swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1 down here in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss for strike 3, so Graham goes down on strikes.
And Grass Valley is down to their last out.
Couldn't have said it any better myself, so I didn't. And that's going to bring up left-hander Morgan Monagold, who hit it to second base last time. And Pusich throws it outside for ball 1. He really let that one fly. So the Penn Valley team dominant this entire tournament. Might want to go over their victories right here. I think they started right there.
They sure did.
Actually, they started right there.
They started with Bear River, and they 10-run Bear River 11-1. That was on Thursday. Then Friday, they squeaked by Nevada City 7-6, moving them to the semifinal game, which is we actually broadcast here, and it was a 3-1 game against Sierra Foothills. As we see another ball.
And now they move into the championship game, unbeaten, their 4th game of the tournament, and have a 6-1 lead over Grass Valley, who is down to their last out now, with Monagold up at bat with 2 balls and 1 strike. That one's going to be foul tip to stay alive, but move the count to 2-2. So now Monagold, the last hope for Grass Valley, down to their last strike here against Roland Pusich on the mound for Penn Valley. Pop up, center field, Joey Benevento. Oh, tripped up by the left fielder.
But he holds on to the ball to finish the game out.
What a play by Benevento, tripped up by Nate Duffy. And Penn Valley is going to win the Battle of the Valleys, the Battle of Western Nevada County.
2007 District 11 Area 2 All-Stars champions, the Penn Valley. Watch this replay. This is a great way to finish the game off.
And we've seen a lot of great finishes over the Tournament of Champions and All-Stars.
But Benevento doesn't talk to his left fielder and makes the catch, but then gets a cross-body block.
Well, they're both going for the ball.
Yeah, well, watch this. He gets it in. Gets taken out right at the knees. Bang. But he holds on. as the crowd appreciating seeing a good game and good sportsmanship applauds the Penn Valley team in their championship.
And they should assemble on the line for the pin ceremony, as Grass Valley will get their all-star pins. And Grass Valley really never in this game.
No, not really.
The batting was just not there. They only punched across one run in the third inning.
And that was a manufactured run, if you recall. They moved the guy down and scored him from third on a pass ball, I believe.
Right, it was an error on, that was the inning where Zeisler had 2 errors. Error to put him on, and then he advanced on the pop fly over to right field. Another error by Zeisler, moved him around, had 1 hit, and then he scored.
Mm-hmm. And as the boys line up on the field, will be announced to come out and get their pin.
But for Grass Valley, they really had a great all-star run, especially after losing that first game where they were they lost to Sierra Foothills 10-1. That's got to be pretty demoralizing. But then after that, they came back for 3 straight one-run victories.
They came back and beat Bear River by 1 run. And then, like you say again, Nevada City, they beat them 6-5 on a 1-run game. And then the Sierra Foothills game, which was a classic. It was an excellent baseball game. They eked out a win there, 7-6.
Last night. And, you know, I think 3 games in 3 days like that, they've been playing since Monday, might have taken its toll as well. That's a lot of baseball to play, especially last night's emotional victory to win the losers bracket. And then come in here today, and they might have been a little bit flat. Penn Valley, of course, waiting in the wings since Monday, had a day to rest, knew that they were the top dog, and therefore had nothing to lose, everything to win, and knew that they can come back tomorrow with Zeisler if they needed to.
And all they needed was that one big inning, that one big third inning, 6 runs.
And the wheels kind of came off for Grass Valley, and that was all she wrote. But we have a champion, and it's the Penn Valley All-Stars, who will be representing Area 2 come Saturday down at Tri-Cities. The tournament moves to Tri-Cities for games 1 and 3 if necessary. Game 1 down there, game 2 right here in Nevada City. And your NorCal Game of the Week will be here on Monday to see it and bring it to you. That'll be our final telecast of the year, our broadcast year anyway, as we prepare for football. So as the teams go to their respective huddles, we congratulate the Penn Valley All-Stars, and let us remind you that tonight's championship game is being brought to you by Hanson Brothers Enterprises. Hanson family proud to present the 2007 Little League All-Star Tournament.
And by Hastings Development, Inc., Chris and Kevin Hastings, along with Sean Solomon, support the Bear River Little League.
And the Casey Wood Corporation. Casey Wood Corporation is a huge supporter of Little League Baseball in Nevada City.
Good for them. And of course, Nevada Joint Union High School District, always serving our community with higher education.
And the Placer Insurance Agency. The Placer Insurance Agency is proud of the accomplishments of our youth.
And SIP Building Systems. Chris and Kevin Hastings and Sean Solomon believe in the character of youth sports.
And Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, Chuck Cavros and his family salutes all the players and coaches of all the All-Star teams, and congratulations to the Penn Valley All-Stars champions this year.
And by B&C True Value Home and Garden Center, the Fowler family is happy to bring you this championship game.
And by a perfect game, it certainly was perfect for Penn Valley tonight. Mike and Tammy Milligan love everything about Little League Baseball.
And by Meadow Vista Autocraft, Barbara and Michael Giles.
Giles.
Support the Sierra Foothills Little League team. I beg your pardon, Michael and Barbara Giles.
The Giles is up there in Meadow Vista where they see our game on Sudden Link, Channel 23.
I will get your name right out next time, I promise.
And the Port of Subs, Mike and Cindy Argento and John Larimer, congratulate all the players and coaches and families who have gone through a long season, all the practices, all the late nights, all the uniform buying and all-stars and games and trips and road trips, and you know, it takes a lot to be part of Little League Baseball. So congratulations to all of them from Port of Subs. And of course, Touchdown Productions celebrating a decade of local sports television. Gil Dominguez along with Mr. Paul Brown, Mr. Banana Boat. How's the Banana Boats going?
It's going great. It's going great. Thanks, Groovy Gil.
Banana Boats with bananaboats.com.
Banana-boats.com. That's correct.
Banana-boats.com. Lots of fun watercraft out there Paul's involved with. Thanks for joining us on our Foothill network of stations, and be sure to be here next time as our coverage of the District 11 Area 2 All-Stars Tournament will truly wrap up from Pioneer Park here as we present Game 2 of the Area Series between the Penn Valley All-Stars and the Rockland All-Stars. And that'll be on our Foothill network of stations as they travel on the road to the Little League World Series. And that all begins right here on your NorCal Game of the Week.
And I'll look forward to seeing that one, Gil. I'll be here for that.
Yeah, that'll be on next Monday. So the crew has a few days off. And today's Wednesday, so that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Guys, take 4 days off. Come back on Monday for our final telecast until football. And, of course, that'll be a great football season. Be sure to tune in each and every week here on your NorCal Game of the Week as we present only the best in local sports television. And tonight that meant watching these little Penn Valley Little Leaguers win the Area 2 tournament, and now they move on to Rockland. And, you know, I got to tell you, Paul, Area 2 does not have very much success with going up against Rockland.
Well, you know, but this was a pretty strong Penn Valley team, and like you said, they'll have a couple days of rest. They'll be able to bring their best pitchers. I think they're going to give Rockland a 1-4. You wait and see. I'm going to put my money on Penn Valley.
Well, we're going to see how they do on Saturday, and of course we'll see them again on Sunday, and we wish them the best against the Area 1 champion.
Isn't that a great picture? Look at that.
Yeah, the Grass Valley. No tears over there.
Bunch of happy 12-year-olds there. Even though they lost, a bunch of happy 12-year-olds.
Well, never really in it. When you only score one run, you're not really in the ball game, and then the 6-run third as they get ready for some horseyback races there. So there we go. You can get the coaches involved. So now the funny picture.
That's it.
Happening right there.
This is what Little League Baseball is all about as far as I'm concerned. The kids are having fun. The coaches are having fun. This is good for the parents.
Their season is over, and time to hit the pool, hit the beach, hit the lake, go on the family vacation.
Right on.
And lots of fun for them. So we congratulate Grass Valley on everything they've accomplished. Like we said, 3 big wins. Can't beat that in the All-Star Tournament. So they have their share of victories, tasted victory 3 times. And for Penn Valley, well, it's all business as they get their guys around. No fooling around over there.
Yeah, this is a much more sober team. Look at this, guys.
They got to get ready for Rockland, and they got to bring it on Saturday. They know what they're up against, and it'll be a very tough Rockland team. And the best way to beat Rockland, I think, is to take that first one down at Tri-Cities.
Could very well be.
Our executive producer has been myself, Gil Dominguez. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's telecast, and tune in each and every week.
And director, the incomparable Maverick King. Thanks, Maverick.
I thought Brandon was incomparable, or maybe he's incorrigible.
That could be.
That's what it is. The incorrigible Brandon Duckett. As we watch
titles and replay, and of course the announcers, Groovy Gil Dominguez, and myself, Paul Brown.
Groovy, baby, as we watch Brian work right there. Camera operators joining us Chris Glass, the veteran, Marissa Dominguez coming out of her room to join us. So a big appreciation for Marissa. Didn't want to do it, but did it for Dad.
Good for her.
And Miles Everett coming all the way down from up north on the coast. Office manager, photographer Lynn Dominguez. Remote facilities, courtesy of the brand new Commander 2 right there in the background. You can see it. Commander 2 Maintenance, Plaza Tire, and Auto Service. And of course, we are Touchdown Productions. There's the address, phone number, email, website. Plenty of DVDs for everybody to go around. Give us a call. Always like to hear what you think about our program. So this one is in the books as we watch the final out of the evening. Penn Valley is your Area 2 Major Division champion. They'll take on the champion from Area 1 next time right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.